We got the Bantams moved into their new enclosure, and here's how they're enjoying it. So we made a mad rush this past weekend to try to get this enclosure built so that we could get the Bantam girls out of the little tiny pen that they were in. It's not completely done because we ran out of time and some materials, but we got all of the sidewalls on, so they're completely enclosed, and the roof as well. We just need to secure it a little bit better, but it's in a temporary place right now that it's pretty secure that they're not going to have any issues getting out or something getting in during the daytime, and then at nighttime they're in the coop, so no worries about that. Since the last video, we were talking about building this playground for little Bantams, and here's how it turned out. So basically what we did is we found a bunch of nice logs that the girls were like jumping around on in the yard, and we used this central post here, kind of like the trunk of a tree, and did most of the branches coming off of it just like a tree. So we started at the ground level with an angled branch up to the next one, next one, next one, so on and so forth, all the way up here. They love jumping around on them, especially these little declays, little tiny birds. They love flying up there. The silkies, they're trying to learn it, trying to get up there. This ramp one really helps a lot so that I can start get going and jump up there, but all in all it's been a great addition for them. They really enjoy it. Watch from the window over there when I'm working throughout the day, and I see them always playing around and jumping around on it. They love the deep litter in here, the leaves scratching around. I've even seen them hanging out on the tire swing a bunch. They're in it right now, Dorothea is, but it's working out really well. It's a great playground for them, and the big girls are right here on the other side of this door, separated by their own divider, and they're a little confused about what these girls are doing over here, but they're starting to get used to it, seeing each other more and more, so they kind of get that integration going, and eventually be able to keep this door open throughout the day so that they can spend more time together. But for right now, it's working well. We free ranged them yesterday by opening up the bottom, and we're probably going to do that a little later as well. But you can see we don't have the tarp on yet and the roof fully secured. I just put a tarp up here temporarily for some shade for them, and if it does rain, that they have a little bit of space to get out of the rain. But so we're about probably 85–90% of the way there as far as the enclosure, but got their food and water hanging under here now. It's a nice setup for them, so it's out of the way, protected from the elements even without the tarp on it, hanging down so they can't keep too much dirt and bedding in it. But we've been active little busy bees in here, digging around, searching for grubs and bugs and all kinds of treats down here in the ground. Got the nest box that we still need to hang up, so that's another thing on the list. But all in all, they're really enjoying it. It's a lot bigger space. This is 10 by 10. The pen that they were in, I think, is, I want to say 6 by 6 or something like that. So definitely a lot bigger, a lot more space, a lot more to get into, get to see, spend more time next to the big girls, get used to each other, integrating. But all in all, working out well. The only adjustment that we do need to make is with the coop. So I went with the ladder design because this is a tight space in between this wall and where the coop is, and I think it works for a majority of the Bantams. So the problem I'm running into is with the silkies. So they're having a little bit of trouble getting in here. I think one thing is this gap between here and the bottom of the door is too large for them to get to. And in the morning, I think looking out and seeing how steep this is, and from the door it looks like that, there's not really like a flat surface for them to jump down into. Like if they're gonna come from the door and jump to like probably the first one that's not really close, it's, you know, a good 7–8 inches. So, and it's not a wide space to land on, so they've been a little hesitant coming out in the morning. I've had to come in here and scoop them out and get them down here. So I need to come up with a different solution for this. I think I have a couple ideas in mind. We're gonna figure it out, and maybe in the next video I'll build it and see what we end up going with. But definitely need to get this figured out so that we don't have to come out and let them out in the morning and put them up at night, so that they'll be more inclined to go up there and down by themselves. Anyway, just wanted to give an update on the run, show off the playground. Inez really enjoying that. And yeah, thanks for watching. And until next time, stay perfect.